much for joining us at Intero. I'm Crystal, the Executive Pastry Chef and Chocolatier.
And I'm Ian, the Executive Chef. Intero is a contemporary Italian restaurant located on East Cesar Chavez. We use all local ingredients, produce, and meats from farms and ranches around Central Texas. And today we're going to showcase some of those awesome summer ingredients with some of our house-made mozzarella. We've got some tomatoes and cucumbers from right down the street actually at Eden East Farm. We've got some herbs from our herb garden at the restaurant as well. This is just some mozzarella curd that we make at the restaurant. You can also find fresh mozzarella or something along those lines at a lot of local grocery stores, and you can actually go through the same process. Simply, it's going to start with our curd that we cut into kind of thin planks almost, right? They don't have to be too small. We just want to make sure they're nice and thin so they melt easily. We're going to actually pour some hot salted water over the mozzarella curd, and that is going to make them very, very stretchy and pliable. And then we're going to form our mozzarella by hand. Okay, so I've got my water coming up to a boil over here. Crystal is going to cut up some vegetables for us. So I've just got some salted water that I brought up to a boil. We're just going to pour that right over the top of the mozzarella. Once we have the water poured over the top of the mozzarella, we're just going to let it sit for about 2 minutes. Like I said, so that that curd can start to soften up and get really, really pliable. So we're just going to cut that shallot just into some little chunks. They don't have to be perfect. Could you cut these Kalamata olives in half for me?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so now that our mozzarella is nice and soft, okay, I'm actually just going to pour out some of the water. I've got a container right here with just some ice water in it. We want to use the ice water to kind of shock our hands so that we can handle this hot mozzarella. Kind of dunk your hands in the ice water.
This is the fun part. I want to get good at this.
This is definitely the fun part. And you can see how nice and stretchy that mozzarella is. Now, what we're trying to do is just kind of stretch the mozzarella, get this really, really nice, smooth surface. Pop off little mozzarella balls like that. We transfer them right into the ice water because that's going to also kind of cool them down so they set, so they're not so pliable anymore. And they'll sit in the ice water for about 5 minutes or so. In the meantime, we're going to cook up our tomatoes. This is just some nice olive oil from Central Texas. We're going to add our shallots and our tomatoes to the pan. We're just going to let these kind of cook out for a little bit. A little pinch of salt. Next is cucumbers.
That's your job.
All right, I'm doing the cucumbers. We're just going to cut it into some little chunks. They don't have to be perfect. I kind of like these weird, what we call obliques, these kind of odd shaped pieces. They're just kind of fun to eat. And once we have those cut, we're just going to start transferring things to a little mixing bowl. Alright, so I've got cucumbers. Again, we're going to add just a little pinch of salt to those cucumbers. The olives as well. Alright, so we have the tomatoes over here. You can see the shallots are starting to turn a little translucent. Then we're going to add a little bit of vinegar. This is a red wine vinegar flavored with some fennel. And then we're going to add just a little bit of lemon juice to these cucumbers, kind of let them soften up a little bit. Now I've got my tomatoes just about ready. That mozzarella is set up. You can see it's not stretchy anymore. It's holding its shape. Just kind of give the mozzarella a nice little tear. Okay, I get these kind of long strands of mozzarella. They're really going to grab that that juice from the tomatoes. All that liquid is really going to kind of marinate this mozzarella real quick. We just add our tomatoes. Kind of spoon everything onto the plate. You want to pick some herbies?
You do.
Alright, so we've got just some really nice basil and mint from our garden here at the restaurant. There's some really pretty basil flowers and some mint. Oh, that's fantastic.
Good job.
Yeah.
Sorry if I get trashed on the internet for my knife skills here. It's kind of